Well, two of our semi-finals completed, both of them having gone to a third and deciding game. Next match on court is men's doubles, and that should be an exciting encounter as well. Then mixed doubles, and then our last match, men's singles. So to the men's doubles, and last year's beaten finalists Mathias Boe and Carsten Mogensen of Denmark, the current world number ones, up against Biao and Guo Zhendong of China.
It's the men's doubles semi-final at the Yonex All England Open Badminton Championships 2011. Let's hear it for the number one seeds from Denmark, Mathias Boe and Carsten Mogensen.
Mathias Boe and Carsten Mogensen receiving a standing ovation from the Danish fans.
And please welcome their opponents from China, Biao and Guo Zhendong.
Biao and Guo Zhendong, Chinese combination, a mixture of youth and experience.
他看得出来我拍上没有吗？他们说啊，他坐在你前面呢，他不能在你后面，因为提醒过我，谁提醒你？
So the players just shaking hands with our court officials. Dave Hinton from England, the umpire, and the service judge Eric Lickfoot of the Netherlands. So Mathias Boe has indicated that he will serve at the start of the match, so the Chinese pair can either choose to receive. Sorry, choose to receive. Of course, they've got to receive. Choose the end at which they start the match. So the number one seeds from Denmark up against the unseeded combination from China. Danish players. Mathias Boe is the left-hander, 30 years of age, and his partner Carsten Mogensen, 27. Been world number ones since the 12th of November. 10-2, their win-loss record for the year, and that translates into winning the Super Series finals in Taipei, and then reaching the final of the first ever Premier Super Series event, the Korean Open. Lost out in that final to Jung Sung and Lee Yong-dae. And apart from their opening round, they've had a pretty comfortable passage so far. Hong Wei and Sheng Ye from China was their first round opponents. But the quarterfinal yesterday against Mohammad Zakaria Abdul Latif and Hun Tien Hao of Malaysia, 2 straight games. They looked very professional in that performance. Nothing that you could really fault them on. Simple and positive. So as far as the Chinese pair are concerned, the youth in the form of Biao on the right as we look at them, the 20-year-old from Funan in China, Guo Zhendong, 26, from Jingzhou in Hubei province. Now this is the first year that they've played together. In fact, this is only their 4th tournament together. Biao played last year with Jiangnan. They lost in the round of last 16. Guo Zhendong played with Zhu Chen, and they reached the semi-final. They had very, very tough opening 2 matches against 2 Korean pairs. Second round encounter against the number 3 seeds Zhang Jae-sung and Lee Yong-dae, the 2008 winners of this All England title. Both of those first two matches dropping the opening game. And then in the quarter-final, up against the Indonesian pairing of Ahsan and Septeno.
Thank you. Ready, please.
There's David Hinton and Eric Lipfoot, service judge. Well, Mathias Boe and Carsten Mogensen a year ago were involved in the most thrilling final against their teammates Lars Borska and Jonas Rasmussen. They held 4 match points but failed to convert. But I have to say, over the last couple of years, they've made a progression, because 2 years ago they were in the semi-final. Last year reached the final. And of course, they're the #1 seeds, so they're expected to be in the final. They're expected to come through this match against the unseeded combination of Biao and Guo Zhendong. And it would be remarkable if for 3 years they get better and better and better. But they've got to concentrate on this match first. And as we know, the Chinese pair,
On my right,
3 very good matches so
Guo
far.
Zhendong, China. On my left, Mathias Boe, Carsten Mogensen, Denmark. Mathias Boe to serve to Guo Zhendong. Level. Play.
So this is the first time that these two pairs have ever met each other. And that's not really surprising, given the fact that the Chinese combination are only playing in their 4th ever tournament together.
Service over.
But they did start this year particularly well. Chinese pair, they won the Malaysian Super Series event. And promptly the next week in Korea lost to the pair they'd beaten in the final of Malaysia.
Service over. 1-all.
Well, the Danes have been in very good form of late. They thoroughly deserve their #1 status in the world. The last 7 tournaments they've played reached 5 finals, winning 4 of them. Certainly been the most consistent pair, I would say, in world badminton.
Yes, and I think that's been the big difference over the last 2 years. 2 years ago, they were capable of the odd high. They'd have one very, very good week and then a poor performance. But in the last 12 months, they've become a very, very consistent pair. Hence the world #1 ranking.
Now, I have to say, I'm slightly concerned about this man, Biao, because we watched him in the second round encounter against Zhang Jae-sung and Lee Yong-dae, the 2008 winners. And since then, he's got some really rather heavy strapping on his left knee. And we didn't particularly have a chance to watch his quarter-final yesterday, but presumably he's picked up an injury problem. Yeah, there it is. That's very heavily strapped, isn't it?
Yes, saw a little bit of the quarter-final last night. Didn't see any particular injury, but that is a heavy strapping.
Yes, in fact, their quarter-final against Ahsan and Septeno of Indonesia. It's the only match they've won in 2 straight games.
4-2.
Good rally by the Danes. And I think one of the things we will see in this match is Mathias Boe trying to go forward to the net as often as possible. That's where he has his best play. He's very dominant from the front of the court. But I think he's got a real weakness in defence, hence the fact that he wants to go forward as much as possible.
Yes, I think I think over the last couple of years there's been two key areas where the Danes have been had slight problems. One of them is the defensive play of Mathias Boe, and the other one has been the service of Carsten Mogensen. But I have to say, over the last 6 months, I think there's been real progress in both of those areas. Certainly in Korea, on their run to the final, they scored a lot more points on Carsten Mogensen's service. There's a good example for you, Jill. Mathias not really getting in a good defensive position, forced to take the shuttle behind him. Just popping the shuttle up, easy kill for the Chinese pair.
From Carsten Mogensen's point of view, because he had played a lovely defensive shot and followed it forward to the net.
Interesting so far in the game, Jill. Quite a few flick serves, just trying to put some doubt in their opponent's mind on return of service, because all four of these players are very aggressive on return of short service.
Mathias Boe does best, the interceptions at the net.
7-4.
Yeah, that's that favoured combination. We see a lot of that straight attack from Carsten Mogensen down that side, at that left-hand side of the court, because it sets his partner up for that left-handed forehand interception.
Play, please.
That will be Zhendong's role here, to try and get into the net, force the Danes off from that net position.
Play. 5-7. That's right. That's correct. Just 5-7. Yeah, I think we'll catch up.
Well, the Chinese players just pointing out that the scoreboard at the back of the court indicating the wrong score, but the umpire knows what the score is, the players know the score, and certainly our graphics have got it right.
Again in this rally, the Chinese using that flick serve, trying to take the Danes away from the net position.
Sarizana, 8-5. Back, Diane.
Yes, he just doesn't get himself set properly on defence. To me, he looks very awkward. He looks, you know, doesn't seem to flow with his defensive shots. There you can see it's a big swing of the racket, then gets all tangled up for the second one. Service fault called, struck above the waist, says the service judge, Eric Bleakfoot.
9-6.
Yeah, good call, that's very high. You see it clearly above the bottom rib, which is the rule.
Play.
pass out of the shuttle.
Yeah, that's a great shot from Biao. Good awareness, pace on, driving the Danes off that net court position and then using the space that they've created.
Jun and Tian Bingyi, the two Chinese coaches at the back of the court. Chen Nan, of course, former champion here, 3 times winner of the mixed doubles with Gao Ling, 2 times Olympic champion. Can't be bad to have 2 former Olympic champions sitting on your coaching chairs, can it? Just seem to snatch at that a little.
Yeah, I think the problem was
8-9
from the shot before. Mathias just trying to hit this a little bit too hard and losing the angle. Gives the Chinese the opportunity to play the flat return. Carsten making a mess of the interception on the front court. One with the Danes very controlled from the rear court, look for angle rather than pace, but at the start of this game they're just getting caught up in the atmosphere of the game and just hitting, maybe overhitting a little bit from the rear court and not giving their partner time to get into good position in the front court position. And again, it's that body defence, but not the best serve, I feel. Need to try and impose a short service game, really, to get control of the net.
The Danes with the advantage.
rykke op med tryk ned. Stop, på vej hen. Fordi prøv her, jo mere blødt vi spiller, hvor vi holder den under netkanten, jo mere panik vi kan løbe. Vi får så mange chancer, fordi de ikke kan holde sig. Det er det, vi har snakket om før. De kan holde disciplinen, hvis vi bare dumper den under netkanten. Ikke? Så det er virkelig med at holde os selv der i de situationer, hvor vi kommer fremad med fart. Er I med? Så skal vi, må du gerne få
Klaus Poulsen just advising his players they've got to dominate the net. They've got to use the net shots to get themselves in that attacking formation. Also urging them, I think, probably to not get involved in these flat, fast exchanges.
Yeah, I think from the body language he was talking, go more for angle from the rear court rather than power. Make sure the shuttle's coming up, get your net partner into the game. As you say, really try and hunt the shuttle down in that forecourt, try and get control of it. Sure, that will be the key to this game.
Play.
Yeah, straight after the break, I'm sure both coaching teams were talking about that. There's a little exchange there of blocked returns, trying to force the lift. Both sides fighting for control.
Well, oof, goodness me. Well, it was called out. The Chinese players, a little yell of delight as they saw it land.
12-10.
Oof. Well, the Danes are saying to their opponents, stop trying to influence the line judge. Well, I thought the line judge got it wrong on that occasion. I thought that had landed in. Tremendous rally.
Well, I mean, that's the game the Danes don't want to be drawn into, that fast, flat game. Chinese will thrive on that. Danes just being drawn into it, not using the net, not using the block, continuing to drive. And eventually it's the Chinese that close out the point from the net. Dane's been driven off the net. They need to use the block from the mid-court there.
Chinese.
Yeah, that net position key. Biao staying in close as he can, getting the shuttle below net height and forcing the mistake. Good block.
That's nice. Yeah, set up with the cross-court guided shot from Biao.
13,
The Chinese trying to impose some pace. It's the drive defence, and then the mix following it in and using the cross-court block to get the lift. It's a clever mix of pace.
2:53. It's 156 miles per hour. And 2 kilometres per hour. Faster than the fastest ever tennis serve that was achieved last Sunday.
13-12.
From this 6'10" Croatian Ivo Karlovic. They've had a smash earlier today at 273.
Looks as though the Biao service might be a factor in this game. Let's have a look.
Thank you. Play now, please.
Not as high as the last one he was faulted for, but very, very limit. The rule, of course, is that the whole of the shuttle has to be struck from below the bottommost point of the rib cage.
He's not happy, though, is he? And there's the interception.
14,
Yeah, better combination play here. Smash, playing the smash for his partner, smashing in front of him. Shuttle having to come back past him, good interception.
Oh, my goodness.
That's the danger, using the drive against this Chinese pair. They're very alive to that, very quick racket work.
Yes, what was it I was saying about the flat fast exchanges? Just to take the pace off the shuttle.
Yes, that drive's not the best shot in this situation. Plenty of space to lay it off to the net in the opposite side of the court.
Guo Zhendong, not only a semi-finalist here last year, semi-finalist at the World Championships last year with Zhu Chen.
14 all.
Zhu Chen now concentrating on mixed doubles and already through to the final at this year's championships, playing with margin.
Sunflower, 15-14.
Again, a real battle here. Push, cross block, looking for the block again. No lift. Both pairs desperate to keep the shuttle down below net height.
Lovely. He's very creative, isn't he, Biao?
Yeah, he's good. Playing very, very well, and again in this tournament he's grown in confidence. In the match against the Korean pair in the second round, in the third game, he really took control of the game, took the net game away from Lee Yun-dai, who's recognised as one of the best forecourt players in the world. Stepped in, got control of the net.
Play. Chai.
Well, the line judge indicated that he was unsighted. The umpire has made the call, saying that it was out, and of course we have the privilege of seeing that and can tell you that it was plumb on the line. Now, Mathias Boe claiming after the rally that it was wrong. No, it certainly wasn't. That's unfortunate, to say the least, Ian.
Yeah, linesman was unsighted. Mathias Boe trying to get out of the line of the shuttle to leave it and unsighting the linesman. The umpire deciding to make the call rather than play let. It was a big point. Yeah.
17-15.
He just looks so awkward on that defensive play, Mathias Boe.
17. Play.
Is guilty of trying to hit the shuttle too hard from the rear court and losing angle, and that gives the Chinese the opportunity to step in and play the flat returns. And Mathias Boe playing himself out of position with the flat smash. Just needs to be more patient than that and make sure they're getting good angle from the rear court.
Back level. That smash from Guo Zhendong, 258. And that's his fastest of the day so far.
Service over, 18-17.
The umpire spotting the fact that the shuttle hit the racket before it went out. Well, players trying every trick in the book here.
Biao who comes out on top of that little net exchange, but again I'm surprised the Danes using drive there and to back off.
Play.
That was such a big point.
Yes, never disappointed. That was a very, very good serve. A good return, net cord return. Players train for that now.
Once again, it's all level. Well, all four players wanting the opportunity to tell down, recompose the thoughts. But I have to say, Ian, I'm slightly surprised that the umpire's allowing them to do this at 19 all.
Thank you. 19 all.
Yes. Close to the end of the game when they'll get a 2-minute interval. Maybe thinks parity is maybe the moment to give them a break.
19 all. Go.
Oh, that's magnificent. Taking it early at the nets. First with the tight spinning neck shot.
20, game point.
Then ready
19.
for the reply and just dinks it down. Game point to the #1 seeds. Missed opportunity.
Yeah, going for the cross-court smash rather than the centre smash for his partner. And played his partner out of the game. Couldn't cope with the drive return.
So 20 all means that we will require extra points until there's a clear 2-point winning margin. Well, having saved a game points, now the Chinese combination have a game point themselves. Service fault called. Once again, above the waist. Well, the crowd here showing their displeasure, but I have to say, I agree with the service judge.
Yeah, and I think the problem seems to be more from the left-hand court. He's lifting his hand as he hits the shuttle in that left-hand court. From the right-hand court, he tends to keep it down. Look at it going up now. Look, up, 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 up before he hits it. And that takes it above the waist.
Drive defence from Biao.
Yes, and again, the Danes guilty of hitting too flat in attack, giving the Chinese the chance to step in and use that drive defence, which they love to do.
So a second game point opportunity to Biao and Guo Zhendong. Oh, my goodness. Well, I'm not surprised. That serve was virtually coming down, wasn't it? Now, Carsten Mogensen is having a very strong word with his opponents. Oh, yes, that's clearly a fault. Yeah, definitely struck above the waist defined as below the lowest rig. Rackets must be facing in a downward direction. I wouldn't be surprised if that was a fault on 2 counts. But the umpire trying to gain control here because there's some heavy words going on between the two pairs. So now, a second game point opportunity for the Danes.
23-22.
Is getting all very fast and furious.
It's a good cross defence. China using the drive and Carsten being caught a little bit flat-footed there. And again, had the option just to block and take the attack, but wanted to go into that fast drive game and made the mistake.
Let's try Biao to serve once again from the left-hand court.
Playing.
Well, Chinese have been faulted on serve for their last 2 attempts at game points. Oh. Well, I think there was a call of fault from somebody in the crowd. It certainly wasn't the service judge.
Yeah, but he noticeably changed his technique there, and normally he's got a very, very good service that dips quickly over the net, and there, noticeably weaker service from him.
Third game point opportunity for the Danish pair. Another game point has come and gone.
And it's the flat game that suits the Chinese. Danes being driven away from the net position.
That's well long of the back line.
25-24.
Fourth game point opportunity for the Danes. This time they convert. Well, they had to hold their nerve. Controversy with serving faults and line calls, but nonetheless a thrilling opening game, and in the end in favour of the #1 seeds Mathias Boe and Carsten Mogensen. 26-24, 32 minutes of play, and this is a pulsating doubles encounter.
Men nu kan vi begynde at bruge det også. Lad os nu spille klogt i vores angreb. Lad os nu få stikken og kottene med ind og få disciplinen i det igen.
Man skal bare tilbage, fordi
har ikke lavet en kort opsamling endnu.
Nej, men når I laver dem der,
Så bare spille den på den første, og så når vi hopper op til den, så hopper op og tro, og så bare stikke den hen.
og så gør det igen. Og putter han her stadigvæk, når de ligger og spiller de der fodbold ude i banen til jer. Så må I ikke trykke den ind over midten. Men mindre I går over.
Yes, as you would expect with a 26-24 game, very little to choose there between the two pairs. I feel the interesting fact there is how many high serves both pairs have used. Quite unusual in men's doubles these days.
And the service error returns. There were 4 service errors called on the Chinese pair. Well, the Danish coach, Claus Poulsen, urging his players to play what the Danes call stick shots. That's steep angled shots rather than going for the power.
Level. Play.
This is a stage of Klaus, Danish coach there, concentrating very much in the break, talking to them about taking a little bit of pace off on the attack and just mixing the pace up a little bit. They were just getting caught in a very quick game, and that will normally suit the Chinese pair a little bit better.
Two love.
Well, what the Danes have to be careful of is that they don't relax after the tension after that opening game and the relief that they've taken the opening game. Awfully easy to just relax slightly, and against such quality opposition you simply cannot afford to relax at all.
And that's good skill from Xiao Biao in the forecourt here. He's below the net there, but manages to steer it back to the middle of the net and then punch to the rear court. Good variety.
Oh, service fault called. Once again deemed to have been struck above the waist.
Again, it's in that left court. Just tends to raise his hand as he hit in there. We can see it coming up again.
Pushed it long.
2-3.
I wouldn't be surprised if Li Yongbo's, the head coach to the Chinese team, suddenly appears and gives his opinion to some of the tournament officials.
I think it's affecting Xiao Bao a little bit. It's 2 poor points he's played after that last service fault. I think he's getting a little frustrated here. Not really his shuttle backing out onto his partner.
Service over. 4-3.
Again, Danes choosing drive defence, and that suits the Chinese pair.
Yes, I was going to say I'm surprised at it, and I'm sure Claus Poulsen was saying to them, you've got to take the pace off, whether it's in your attacking play or defensive play. Perhaps in the heat of contest, it's difficult to really remain focused on the tactical plan.
Something this Danish pair have developed very well over the last couple of years, though. Their rear court play, they tend to play with a lot of variety. Neither of them got that real super power smash of some of the Asian pairs, but they control the shuttle very well, and they normally keep the shuttle coming down with very, very good angles. But today they're guilty of just forcing a little bit.
Yes, I think that's a very good point, because the number of times I've watched Carsten Mogensen especially, he's not the biggest and strongest of men, but my goodness, it would be interesting to know how many winners he hits or creates with his downward shots, because it's not necessarily the power, it's the variation. You're absolutely right.
That's very good from Mathias Boe. Getting in very, very, very quickly there, just sensing the opportunity to come forward. He's very deep in the court, so he's charging into the net in a great net roll. Good play, good vision.
Yes, you can afford in doubles to be really committed like that, because if you are out of position, your partner moves round, as Carsten Mogensen did, to cover the rest of the court.
Yeah, he had the opportunity to move forward, of course, because they'd used the block defence for once.
Yeah.
6-5.
3 straight points for the Danes. Yeah, another block defence.
More the type of play we used to see him. Mathias Boe just trying to draw the game across to his forehand side. Plays the block out here. Rack it up. Very alert on that forehand side.
Yeah, there's the change of pace, change of angle. Yeah, lovely rally.
Yeah, much better, not forcing, not trying to win from the rear court. Keep the angle, and eventually the Chinese, because they're not able to put pace on, making the mistake. Here we go. Not the power smash, but the angled smash to the centre. Chinese making the mistake.
5 straight points to the Danes. Straight points to the Danes. Good passage of play. To say, just looking at that again, Mathias Boe gets awfully close to his serve being a fault as well.
Well, he has been known to be faulted, that's for sure, particularly on the flick. But it's interesting, the last 4 or 5 points, the Danes have taken the pace out, played with a little bit of pace off from the rear court. The Chinese have made a number of mistakes.
Yeah, and possibly also coming high with the racket head therein.
Yeah.
There's a lot of very complicated rules in badminton about the serve. Must serve below the waist, racket head pointing in a downward direction, must strike the cork first, not the feathers. Not allowed to move your feet. One forward action.
Interesting here. I think he's just lost confidence after the serve. He's waiting to see if it's a fault before he moves, because normally be expecting to make that kill on the net there. Just hesitated. Lost his rhythm with his serve with all these faults.
Fault. Service over. 7-10.
Yeah, often happens with a new combination. gap down the centre of the court, both players expecting the other to go for it. And seeing as this is only their 4th tournament together, not surprising that occasionally happens as far as the Chinese players are concerned. Big difference to the Danes, who've been in their partnership. This their 8th year together. 10 career titles during that time. 3 of them Super Series, plus of course the Super Series finals.
Prøv lige et stykke tid her lige at fylde lidt mere, fordi de ligger spilleren hen over hovedet på os, når vi server. Så den der med, hvis den spiller bliver spillet ned til bagmanden, så skal vi blive mere
Play.
That's a very tight serve.
12-7.
Good blocks from Carsten. They were disappointed there, coming in on his forehand wing. Just guilty of not having his racket up for once. See him, he's caught with his racket a little bit low here. Stepping forward, but not in a good position.
Just long of the back line.
9-12.
That's good judgment. But once again, the rally getting a little bit fast and furious.
13-9.
Yeah, Danes have controlled the pace of the rallies much better in this second game, but just occasionally still getting drawn into that quicker game. But on the whole, they've broken the rhythm of the match, and that's meant that the Chinese have made 1 or 2 more errors. Set up with 1 or 2 blocks at the start of the rally to get the attacking opportunity. Again, very good angle there, and that sets up the opportunity for his partner.
So it's over. 10-14.
Three medals at World Junior Championships, Biao. 1 gold and 2 silver.
Start of the rally, the Danes tried the power smash, didn't get through, and then reverted to just keeping the angles, keeping the shuttle going down, and eventually Carsten able to move forward and get into that favoured net position.
That was remarkable that they managed to extend the rally for so long after Guo Zhendong down on the floor.
pace off there from Mathias allowed him to move forward.
A little clicking of fingers here. Now, what's all that about, Ian? Is that some signal to say, calm down, take a time out?
Yeah, very much so. Break the pace of the game. Don't give any rhythm in the match to the Chinese to feed on. You're in control, slow it down.
It's a very fine line between gamesmanship and what is permissible within the rules. A debate for another moment, I think.
It's the umpire's job to control that. He decides whether they have the break or not.
And that's wide.
They're guilty of just forcing. They've got the pressure all on the Chinese. There's no need to go for cross-court winners. Just keep the shuttle going down. Getting the shuttle below tape height, forcing the Chinese to hit up there, just pace off there, just giving them control of the front court.
Judgment, good call. But once again, a flick serve to start the rally and played to great effect.
17-11.
Yeah, in the first game they were continuing. Once they started smashing, it was smash, smash, smash. There, one smash, two smashes, didn't get through, blocked it off, centre drop. Eventually the Chinese, with all those changes of pace, very difficult for the Chinese to keep a good length with the lift, and they made the mistake hitting out the rear court.
6-point advantage now to the Danes. Make that 7-point advantage.
Yeah, and again it's the block, and Biao desperate to come in and put pace on, but pace had been taken off the shuttle. We'll see here, it's the block, comes in, wants to hit hard. The shuttle's below the net height.
Service over. 12-18. Play.
Yes, immediately they took the pace off the downward shot. They got their net player involved. Shuttle coming up a little steeper, and therefore the opportunity for Mathias Boe to finish it off. He's gone for the power play twice, then the softer shot from Carsten Mogensen having the desired effect. 2 points away from their second consecutive final at the All England Championships. Now just 1 point needed.
Match point 12.
Match points. Oh, what a backhand to finish the match. The world #1s, Mathias Boe and Carsten Mogensen, have emulated what they did last year. They've reached the final of the All England Championships, but they won't be content with just doing that. They'll want to go one better than last year. Shirts thrown to the crowd. The backhand from Carsten Mogensen, absolutely superb. Down the line, and the victory is secured. 52 minutes of play. 2 straight games. Remember, they had to save 2 game points in that opening game before they secured it 26-24. Much more convincing in the second game, 21-12. The margin of victory. But they're through to the final once again. Their confirmation of the score. And what a performance once again from the world's number ones.
Big shift in the second game, more overhead winners from the Danish pair, but what they did so well was take the pace off a little bit more from the rear court, use a little bit more variety, and they forced their opponents into more errors. Much more tactically aware performance in that second game.
So the number 1 seeds duly take their place in the final, as was predicted prior to the start of competition. Who their opponents will be, that we don't yet know, because Koo Kian Kiat and Turn Boon Hyong, the former champions from Malaysia, have yet to play against another pair who's also won this All England title, the current world champions, Kai Yun and Fu Haifeng.